Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. Matt,
What's going on, Vladdy?
chilling. So let's just do this right off the bat. We're going to play you a clip. Sorry, I have to move over here, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to watch this clip, and then we're going to react to it. This is a major warning from Steve Bannon.
What does your model show us for the remainder of this year, sir?
Well, we're looking for a deep worldwide recession in 2025. And the good news is Trump is already taking measures to ensure recovery on the other side for America. We'll be the first in, first out. So all these deals you're seeing announced, they'll take time to get ground broken and permitting, and that's not going to be a quick fix-it solution. But when you have an economy that was revved up on pure deficit spending, illegal alien invasion, and you stop it, it's going to have a short-term valley, and we're going to start to see that valley soon. And it's not the end of the world. We're predicting home prices will come down, and we're not calling for it to go systemic, but this will be a good thing for the middle class. If you want to post up our second chart, we can show that housing. What you're seeing here is a graph of the annual housing stock change in the U.S. That's the black line. The red line is permits. And you can see rolling into 2020-21, the housing stock went down because of the excess deaths caused by COVID. Then we had the unprecedented illegal immigration, the likes of which we've never seen. That's the dotted line. And permits are coming down. New permits are a leading indicator for housing weakness. So this housing market of ours has been supported by this illegal immigration, which supports rents. And just Trump's policy of just stopping the flow and deporting is going to cause real estate prices to come down because the illegal aliens on the margin have been supporting the rental market. And we're already starting to see that unwind. In the fourth quarter, there were self-deportations when Trump won. New tenant rents went down precipitously in the fourth quarter. It's a volatile series, but it's beginning. So we're going to get a recession. We'll get a stock market correction. And then on the other side of this, we'll have a real benefit to middle Americans. And so the deals being announced now will help us come out of this in 26, 27.
All right. So let me get this up.
Yeah, really interesting video. Ed Dowd's great. He was a former BlackRock guy, and he's a wealth of knowledge, and he's somebody who woke up, left the company, is like, to hell with these guys. Now he's got a great channel. I see him on, in Alex Jones a lot, InfoWars. Ed Dowd's I would say he's one of those people when it comes to economic issues, finance issues. He's somebody you want to listen to.
So here's what we heard in the video, right? Guy, tons of knowledge. He's looking at all these graphs. And one thing I want to mention, if you look, he said something very interesting. Well, we had unprecedented death because of COVID and then unprecedented immigration. Every time I hear that, the thing comes to my mind, they were replacing dead Americans with illegal immigrants. That's when he said that, that's what popped in my mind. I'm like, that's exactly what he just said without saying it. They replaced dead Americans after COVID with illegal immigrants. Now, 26, 27, recession's over. We're going to be booming because Trump is bringing all this money in. We got Honda, Chevy. We got Apple. We got Boeing. We got all these brand new investments coming in. Great. That's great. But that's going to take a couple of years. And he's saying this short term, 25, 26, 27. This is going to be difficult time. All right. Then, yes, we're going to have a stock market correction. That's great. But what about right now? How can people protect themselves not to just survive these 3 years, but come out as winners on the other end?
Well, this is what we talk a lot about, Vlad. I mean, anybody that's called in from the show will know that, the way I've always kind of positioned gold and silver is that it's a bridge. It's a way to get through this period of time. We're going into a recession. Okay. Things are about to get pretty rough and pretty nasty. We're going to come out of it. Everything's going to be fine. Right. But during this period of time, this is where you see a market correction, i.e. a market crash. This is where you start to see massive devaluation of the dollar. This is where you're going to see, what are we seeing now in gold prices? Massive increase in gold price. I would expect that trend to continue during a period of time like that. Not to mention, I mean, this is just the financial cast. I mean, then we can factor in, okay, what if there's a Cuban Missile style crisis with the Ukraine and with Russia? That's probably where we're headed to. So you start kind of factoring these different things in, these different pieces, and you start saying to yourself, like, okay, well, how stable is my bank? How stable is my financial institution? I don't think these banks and these financial institutions are very stable at all, right? I mean, they've been taking influx of cash from liquidity from the Federal Reserve just to stay afloat. I mean, my opinion is the financial system's already been broken. It's just we have to fully break it and reset the bone. You know, it's like breaking your arm. Like, okay, you break your arm. Sometimes they have to break it even more just so that they can reset the bone correctly. That's essentially what we're doing. So again, what does gold and silver represent in this equation? It's just a bridge. It's what it does, what it really does, Vlad. I'll tell you what it does. It's going to cause people a lot of stress. You want to remove stress out of your life? You're on blood pressure medication, folks. Okay, get into gold and silver, because this is the type of stuff that just going through it is going to cause you a lot of stress. The nice thing you can do is turn it to something physical, get through this period of time where most likely your holdings are going up, not down, and you just kick back, relax, and let Trump fix it, because that's what he's going to do.
And it's like, you know, a great example that just popped into my head. It's like, you know, remodeling a house. Just popped in my head. But you know, Trump came into this new house, which is called Washington D.C., and the American government. He wants to rebuild it, not like from ground up, but he wants to refurbish it, make it nice, upgrade it. But before it's gonna look prettier, it's gonna get uglier. And so, you know, same with like IRA.
You gotta strip it down. You gotta strip down the kitchen.
And
right.
I've done remodeling.
And
before.
Vlad just heard that on a phone call that I was just on. But it was a great actually analogy from one of your viewers, which was, you know, this gentleman understood, Rick. He understood that, hey, we have to break down the system first. Just like a remodeling, it's like it's gonna get ugly. You're gonna see open walls, you're gonna see wiring, you're gonna see all kinds of stuff that you don't want to see. But eventually, right, it's gonna be built back and it's gonna be beautiful. And that's what we're going through right now. So credit to Rick. If you're watching, credit to you on that analogy.
Or his wife.
Or his wife. Yeah. His wife watches. That's right. Rick's wife.
You got a great wife. You got a great husband. Yeah. But okay, IRAs, 401ks, right? Aren't they going to lose value in these times?
It's a few things. Yeah, Vlad. It's a few things. I think it's going to lose value in several ways, right? And again, not financial advice, just my opinion. You know, listening to guys like who we just watched, is you're going to lose value both in the market if there's a market crash, correction, right? We can use those terms interchangeably. What happens to the dollar, right? We're all operating, everything's operating in the US dollar. That's a Federal Reserve note, right? So if we start auditing the Federal Reserve and we start seeing what's on their books, that's problem number 2, is the dollar itself, right? And then as we just said before, what's the stability of these financial institutions? I wouldn't trust these guys. I wouldn't trust, you know, Fidelity, Vanguard, you know, I wouldn't trust these institutions with a 10-foot pole. I mean, who are these financial companies? These guys are absolutely built on derivatives. They're built on debt. They're built on just a foundation of beach sand. And you want to get out of those 3 things. You want to get out of the financial institution, out of the Federal Reserve System, which is the dollar, and you want to get out of the markets. And really the only place to do that is either gold, silver, or maybe cryptocurrency. We'll see what happens there.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to keep this one short, simple, and to the point. The warnings are there, right? It's the warnings are there. Be prepared. Go to your local pawn shop or local, you know, dealer, you know, coin dealer. Get something if you want to, you know, get some goodies, support the show, get good deals from a Patriot-owned company, not supporting someone that's going to donate a percentage of their earnings to Planned Parenthood. Call this guy, mention the show, boom, he'll take care of you.
Absolutely.
And subscribe.
Thanks, Vlad. Bye, guys.